Hi there. Really missing not seeing you guys in the studio right now. Basically, I have put this class together for those of you who come to my Thursday morning 10:15 and 11:20 classes. You know who you are. Same principles apply at home as they do in the studio. Please take it carefully. Don't force a movement. Don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call me. But more importantly, because you are my group who will be self-isolating, I am around. Please, please, please pick up the phone. If you need any help picking anything up, delivery of food, whatever it might be, give us a call and I'll be there. Right, enough said, let's get moving. So, what I have here is a chair, a set of weights, and my mat, okay? We all have a sturdy chair at home, I hope, so make sure it's a sturdy one. Set of weights. If you don't have a set of weights, it really, really doesn't matter. Couple of tins of baked beans if you're fortunate enough to be able to buy some in those ridiculous supermarket sweeps that we've recently seen, and a mat. If you don't have a mat, you're just a couple of thick towels lying, very large bath towels lying on top of each other on the carpet will be good enough. Please don't do any exercises on the floor without any sufficient cushioning. Your back will not thank you for it. The other thing that I have in the studio that some of you will use on a regular basis are those physio balls. Grab a cushion if you don't have a ball at home. Right, enough said, let's get moving. Where's the my ball? There it is. Okay, so I have no music on so that you can hopefully hear me speak. So if you want to get some music on, it doesn't matter what it is, get it on, get lively, and yeah, stay healthy basically. So start feet hip width apart, slight unlocking of those knees. You know what to do. Tilt your pelvis forwards and backwards and make sure you are in neutral. Now we're going to start today with breathing. Okay, your diaphragm is one of your core muscles. Never has it been more important for you to exercise your diaphragm. So I want you, please, every single morning and every single evening to exercise your diaphragms. There's one thing you should do, and that is this. Breathe deeply. In through your nose, and then out through your mouth. And then breathe in through your nose again, and then out through your mouth. Now, it's very difficult for me to do that deep breathing whilst I'm talking, so you're just going to continue to breathe like that whilst I talk you through it. You're going to breathe in through your nose, and then at the top of your breath, you're going to breathe sharply in through your nose 3 times. So you're breathing in, and then breathe in, and then out. Now, as you did that, I hope that you just felt your diaphragm move, and your diaphragm basically get that oxygen, get it into your lungs as deeply as you possibly can. Keep that movement going, please. Breathe in through your nose, and then breathe out. Right, now let's start rolling those shoulders all the way around. Keep breathing as you're going, and then let's go around the other way. I do hope you're keeping on well and fit and strong. My parents are going absolutely bonkers at home, but hopefully it'll be short-lived if everybody does what we're told to do, which is stay at home and stay away from each other, sadly, but it won't be forever. Right, now we're going to put your feet a little bit wider and then start rolling your head all the way around, all the way around. Now, the chair should be sturdy enough for you to help balance, and then all the way around the other way. But what I want you to do is just use the chair there for support. So try not to grip onto it for dear life or put too much of your weight into the chair. We're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're going to go up and over you go, and then back. I've still got my cardigan on, that's all right. I'll keep it on. Up and over you go, and back, and repeat that movement up and over. So you're getting a big stretch and a big release between the top of your hip and your lowest rib, and back and up and over. Now I need to move my feet a little bit further away from the chair, otherwise I'm not going to get the rotation that I want. You're going to go up and over, and then rotate around. Both hands now go onto the top of the chair as your hips push back, so you get a nice stretch out in rotation. And then come back up, and repeat that again, up and over, rotate around, both hands go onto the chair and push down. And back, and up, and over, rotate around, both hands on, and push. Okay, and then you're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So I'm just going to take this off and turn myself around so you can see. Excuse me. Right, up and over you go. Sorry not to be facing you, but to save me having to move all the bits of furniture around, the chair around, you're just going to see what's going on with my back, which probably isn't a bad thing for you to see anyway. And up and over, and then rotate around, both hands on and push down. And then come back. And go again, up and over. Both hands go on and push down. And back. And up and over. Both hands on and push back. Now, you're going to turn around and face your chair. Feet go behind. And we're going to do our spinal rolls, ripples, if you like. Push down, big stretch out. Then tuck your tailbone under, peel up. If your chair has the support, you can bend your elbows a little bit so you get a stretch into your calf muscles. And then stretch out, reaching out. Tuck your tailbone under, peeling up. Bend. And repeat, pushing down, stretching out. Tuck your tailbone under. And there we go. Right. Now, you're going to walk forwards a little bit further this time. And what I'd like you to do is a little bit of footwork. You know how much I like doing footwork at the beginning of the class. So hands onto the back of the chair. Let's start with your feet hip width apart. Rise up on your toes, drop your heels down lightly. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. So your heels literally glance the floor, and then let's foot pedal. So 1 and 2. That's it. Keep going. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Heels together, toes apart. And do the same. You're going to rise up on your toes and drop down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My calves are burny now. And then foot pedal. 1, 2, 3. Try not to wiggle your hips at this stage. That's it. Keep them square. Heels go down. Right, now let's return those feet back to parallel. We're going to do a little bit of squat work, but using the back of the chair for some support. You're going to squat down. Your bottoms stay down. And if you see, I am leaning forwards a little bit because it's easier using a chair to lean forwards a little bit, but I want you to make sure nonetheless that your knees stay over your heels, please, and then come back up, or over your ankles, more's the point. Squat down, and then back up, and down, and then up. Now, put your left foot forwards and your right foot back. And this time we're going to do some lunges. So lunge down and then up. And 2, 3, and 4. And then 8 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. And then let's swap over. So the other foot comes forwards, your left foot shoots back now. Or the other way around, if you do it the other way around, don't worry about it. Down you go. So again, your knee stays over your ankle, please. Breathe in as you breathe out, down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Now stand yourselves up. Now, we're going to begin by using the weights. Now, you can sit down. You can do this standing up, or you can do it kneeling down. I'm going to do it kneeling down, but as I say, if it's too strong for anyone on kneeling down, then you can do the whole series standing up. It's arm work, okay? So I'm going to just come down onto one knee and then the other knee, but you stay standing if you would like to. I just need to move my chair out of the way. Right, so kneeling up. I'd like your hands to come up like this, and we're just going to start by doing some bicep curls. Now think about your posture the whole time when you're doing this. Think about your neutral spine alignment, and think about you're lifting up, and your head is, imagine your head is being pulled up. You're being made to grow taller, ladies and gentlemen, if your husbands are participating or other halves are participating. And then open your arms out wide. And this time, I want you to bring your arms up and down. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There. Stay there. Little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn your hands around, wrists facing forwards. Go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn your hands around so your wrists face backwards and push back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release all the way down. Give those arms a little bit of a wiggle. We're going to move into doing your triceps now. So you're going to bring your arms up above your head as best you can, and you're going to interlock your fingers, and then drop the weights or the tins, baked bean tins, whatever you might have in your hands, behind your head. Resist the temptation to let your chin sort of jerk forwards. You know what I call it the chicken neck. So do not let your chin jerk forwards, and just ever so gently down and up and down and up. Then let's release the weights all the way down, all the way down. I'm going to pop them down onto the floor, and you're going to come over onto your hands and your knees. Now, there we go. So, on your hands and knees, we're going to just start by doing a cat and a cow stretch. You're going to push your spine all the way up towards the ceiling, and then release back down. And repeat that. Push the spine all the way up, your head drops, tailbone down, head up, tailbone out, spine drops. Repeat. And last time, pushing all the way up, and then releasing down. And then wiggle your tailbone from one side to the other side. Getting that lower back to ease out and to move. Right, now, neutral spine alignment. Make sure your shoulders are soft, please. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, lengthen your left leg away and your right arm reaches out in front of you. If you're struggling with the balance, place your toes gently down onto the floor. Hold it here. And then you're going to pull your elbow in towards your knee. So you're rounding in and then lengthening away. And repeat. Rounding in, lengthen away. And round in, lengthen away. Let's place that hand down. knee goes back down, and then we go over onto the other side. So slide your right leg away, left arm reaches out in front of you. Hover your toes off the floor if you can hold the balance. Squeeze your abdominals, making sure you're not wobbling, making sure your head is in line with your spine. So do not let your head drop, please. And then we're going to do the same, pulling your elbow in towards your knee, and then lengthen away. And keep going, 2, lengthen away, 3, reach away, and 4, reach away. Place your hand down, knee goes down, sit back onto your heels and just stretch yourselves out. Good work. Now, we're going to move on to some abdominal work. Roll-ups. A lot of you in the class will be using the wedges to assist with roll-ups, which obviously you don't have at home. So we're just going to modify it a little bit. If you do have a big cushion at home that you could use, you're welcome to use that. But basically, I want you to all hold onto the backs of your knees. Your feet need to be at the very end of your mat, or towels if you're using towels as a sort of base to work from. Sit up tall. Now, I want you to tilt your pelvis so you're coming off your sit bones onto your coccyx, holding onto the backs of your legs, and then come back up, sit up tall. And repeat. Now, if you know you can do a full roll-up, now is your time to start doing it. If you're one of the ladies who needs to use a wedge, you're now going to get your weights and grab your weights. You're going to go down about halfway and then come back up again. As I say, those of you who can do a full roll-up, then you're going to go all the way down. In case you're wondering and you haven't seen this before, what a full roll-up is, you go all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, roll down, roll up, breathe in, and then as you breathe out, hands come back up, and you peel yourself all the way up. Simple as. But if you cannot do that full movement with control and precision, you're just going to do, it's almost like a sort of rolling, rowing movement. Last one, down, and then back up. Now, everybody needs to grab their weights, and this time I want you to rotate around through one side, and then go down, and then sit up, and down, sit up, that's it, nice, 3, and 4, and then let's go round to the other side, and 4 on this side, and 2, 3, and 4. Sit up tall. Right now, you're going to lie yourselves down. This is where the ball needs to come in, or cushion if you have it at home. If in the class I'm always asking that you put a ball behind your head when we're lying down doing some exercises, please make sure you do the same. What we don't want is any necks to be overextended one way or the other. Your head should be in as good a position as possible, i.e. in line with your spine. So lie yourselves down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Right, now, this next bit we're going to be doing the whole thing in neutral spine. So tilt your pelvis forwards and backwards and make sure you are in neutral, please. Right, I'm just getting my hair out of the way, that's good. Now, neutral spine alignment, you all know where it is. So this area here is now parallel with the floor. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, bring one leg up to tabletop. Now, if it's too strong for you to bring the other leg up, then you're just going to keep that one leg for 5 breaths, and then the other leg comes up, opposite leg comes up for 5 breaths. Otherwise, you're going to lift the other leg up, and you're going to breathe very, very deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. You're going to keep this position here completely static for the next 7 full deep breaths. As I say, if it gets too strong for anybody, just put one foot down, and then you can put the other foot down, but hold it here. Squeeze those abdominals, breathe deeply in and out, and then place both feet down. Let me get that ball out of your way. Now, put your hands out wide and let your knees drop over to one side, looking towards the opposite, and then come up and over to the other side. Gently as you go, just letting those muscles release out. It's a really lovely movement for the lower back. Something that I'd encourage everyone to do in the morning when you wake up. Just get your knees to do this movement, just to ease out your lower back before you even think about getting out of bed. All right, we're going to continue. So we're going to continue with tabletop, please. One leg comes up and then the other leg comes up to meet it. Flex both feet. Now I want your right heel to drop down to the floor and then come back up. And keep going. 2, 3, and 4. And then your left leg. Breathing out and in. And 2, 3, and 4. And then point your toes and reach your right leg away. Pull in. Left leg, pull in. Right leg, pull in. And left leg, pull in. Both feet go down. And just do a couple of gentle pelvic tilts. So tilt forwards and back. That's it. Pelvic tilt forwards and back. Now, this next bit, you can use the weights. I'm going to grab my weights. You don't have to use the weights, but I do want you to do the arm movements if you possibly can. So the hands are up above your head like this, with your wrists facing towards your knees. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, I want one leg to come up to tabletop. Now, as you lower your hands, you reach that leg away, and then you pull in. And 2. If you look at the angle of where my thigh ends up, it is at the same angle as the static leg. There we go. And then we're going to do the same on the other leg. 1, 2, go back in. 3, 4, and 5. Back in. Right. Now, if your neck was tiring, you're not going to lift your head up off the floor at this stage. You're going to keep your head on the floor, but you are going to push your spine down into the mat. So I'll demonstrate. You reach out, pull in, and keep going with that. But your spine this time is pushing down into the floor. If you want to increase the intensity of the exercise, you lift your head and shoulders up and your legs are further down towards the floor. Okay? Breathing out and in. Last one. That's it. Good work. Feet go down onto the floor. Ditch those weights and start doing your shoulder bridges, please. Hands down by your sides. Tilt and peel your hips up 1 vertebra at a time. And then back down again. Gotta love a shoulder bridge. And tilt and peel your hips up. And then back down. That's it. Nice. Peel your hips up. This time, keep your hips up. If you need to put your hands on your hips here for a little bit of support, please do so. But I want you to try and lift you are going to lift your left leg up to tabletop and toe tap. Drop it down and pull up. And 2, 3, and 4. This time, keep the hips up and push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Peel all the way down, and then we're going to go over onto the other side. So the other leg comes up to tabletop, and again push your hips up, toe tap down. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then push 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Peel yourself all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Hug your knees in towards your chest, please. Okay, we need to stretch out your piriformis. Now, not the easiest of muscles for some people to stretch out, but you want to put your left foot on top of your right knee and let your left knee drop out. Now, if you can, bring your right knee in towards you, so that foot pushes off the floor. Fantastic. You're getting a stretch there. If you want to take it up another notch, you can hold onto that leg to pull the knee further in. So you should be feeling a stretch going into your sort of glute area, really. I'm running out of voice. And then we're going to swap over. So your right foot comes in and you open that knee out. And again, just hover that leg off. That's it. And then pull your left knee in towards you a little bit further if you can. Brilliant. Release. Let's go on to our sides. A little bit of side work. So, lengthening away. Hand is down on the floor for support. If you're feeling super strong, you can bring your hand up, but I'm going to keep my hand down. So, what I'd like you to do is just bring your top leg up and down, and 2, 3, 4, and then keep those legs together and see if you can bring both legs up. 2, 3, and 4, and then this time just the top leg comes up. 2, 3, and 4, and come all the way down. You're going to bend your knee underneath, the other leg is hovered above, so then you're going to kick that forwards and back, opening the hip out, kick it forwards. Try and keep your upper body as stable as possible. You can use the ball underneath or your cushion underneath your head if you'd like to, but keep the upper body completely still. That's it, perfect. Now that top leg is going to bend and you're going to place it on the mat in front of you. So the leg underneath is going to come up and down, and 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 8 of these. And then down. Nice work. And then we're going to roll over and do exactly the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to come up. You can just roll over so you need to see me, but lie yourself down. Now make sure you are properly lined up. Hand is down here. Your head is supported, but let's just bring that top leg up. 2, 3, and 4, and then both legs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then you're going to bend the knee underneath, flex your foot and bring that leg forwards and back and forwards and back and 3 and 4. Okay, and then we're going to bend your top knee, straighten your leg out and underneath and push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release down, all the way down. Roll over onto your fronts, please. Now, back work. Be super careful. Make sure in all of the back series that your head is in line with your spine, okay? So lying down, hands wide-ish, but make sure your shoulder blades are soft. Put your toes together and let your heels drop out. Breathe in, and as you breathe in, you lift your chest up off the floor, and then you come back down again. And go again, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. This time when you breathe in, you come up, and I want you to stay there. Just let your back open. That's it, that's nice. And then come all the way back down again. This time I want you to put your hands a little bit closer towards you. We're going to do a little bit of rotational work for the back this time. You're going to come up and rotate around towards your right, and then down. And keep going with the right. Up and down, and 3 and 4. And then the other side, come up and down, and 2, 3 and 4. Both hands go down, push up through your hands. You need to come and sit back onto your heels, rounding your back off. I think in yoga they call it a child's pose, but I'm no way a yoga expert, so please don't quote me. Just rolling, just on that spine. You need to get the spine rounded. That's it. We're going to come back up to standing. Normally in the class, this is where I would lie you down and get your hips working. Actually, let's do some hip work as well anyway, before we come back up to standing. So, I would normally get you to use a band in the class. I am going to do more videos where I'll be using a band, but at home you can use a dressing gown cord or a belt. I'm sure all of us can grab hold of something that would assist anyway. So I want you to lie down on your backs. A neutral spine alignment. Squeeze your abdominals as you bring your left leg up to tabletop, and then point that leg up towards the ceiling. Slide your right leg away so it is now straight on the floor. And you're going to do 3 small circles with that left toe. So you're just drawing circles on the ceiling. And then 3 the other way. Okay, and then from here, you're going to go big circles. So go as big as you like, all the way around, and then back up, over, draw round, and up, over, draw round, and up, and over, draw round, and up. Let's put that foot down, and then the other knee comes in. We'll do exactly the same on the other side. So, right leg comes up to tabletop, point that leg up towards the ceiling, slide the other leg away. You're going to draw 3 small circles on the ceiling, this leg, and then 3 small circles the other way. And then draw it all the way around, big circle, and then come up, over, draw all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, up, and over, all the way around, and then up. That foot goes down. Now, we're just going to lie down here, and we are just going to focus on your breathing and relaxing all of your muscles. So, lie however you feel most comfortable. For me, just literally just lying dead still like this. And I want you to breathe very, very deeply in through your nose, and then as you breathe out, just imagine all those muscles you've just been working are relaxing and sinking down into the floor. Breathe in through your nose. As you breathe out, just let it all sink in. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathing in. And then breathe out. Then bend both knees ever so gently, feet flat on the floor, arms out wide. Let your knees drop over to one side, look towards the other. And then come up and over to the other side. And hopefully we'll all be back in this studio sooner rather than later. And then up and over. Perfect. Nice. And then from here, you're going to come back over onto your hands and knees to come back up to standing gently. So, in your own time, you roll over onto the side, slowly as you go. And then come over, all my hair's all disheveled, onto your hands and knees. And then tuck your toes under. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Heels go down. And peel yourselves all the way back up again to standing. And there you go. A little at-home video for you. Hope you followed that okay. Hope it went well. I'll put another one on soon, and I will see you all very, very soon with any luck. And please give me a call if you need some help in the meantime. Take care. Bye.